Hello and good afternoon, folks. It is the 1st of July 2022. How you doing? So, devlogs. I haven't done those in a long time, eh? On the game that I was meant to be working on. Yeah. Life's crazy. What have I been doing? Lots of different things, but I want to show you something really freaking rad that I've been working on. So I'm a big RTS fan. Dawn of War, Company Heroes 2, what this is. Um, Age of Empires, Stellaris, all those sorts of games, and I love them, right? So I thought, after a suggestion from a friend, why don't you make an RTS map? I did, and I really enjoyed actually making this map. So this is Company Heroes 2, the map maker for it. This is World Builder. Let's turn off that fog so we can see stuff. This is what I spent about 5 days working on. I I tried to have a quick turnaround on it, and I haven't really. I really kind of thought about the design of it and the flow of it, so I just want to do a quick dev walkthrough, talk about my thoughts about it, some cool stuff about it as well. So yeah, uh, don't know me, I'm Scott. I'm a game design lecturer, and level design is my bread and butter. I love level design. I think it's such a fun kind of creative way to get into games. Modding is the thing I love to do. So let's start over here. So this is the one of the bases, city side, I'll call it, or town side. The setting for this map is in Eastern Europe, kind of on a little bit of a flat area. There's a lot of woodland around here, so it's a great lumber camp area and a couple of farms. In the center of the map is a hill that we'll see over there, and there is one of the main victory points up there. Kind of going through this area, I kind of really thought about line of sight, how play can get in and out. What a lot of my research kind of led to is there are two ways in, normally to most locations. So I kind of tried to develop the map with this in mind. So we got two ways in, one over there, one over there. Victory or a capture point for the player. This player just to kind of incentivize them, kind of go, ooh, bit of candy, a little bit of exploration, and there's one very close by to kind of daisy chain them along. There is cover on the sides of the base. Basically, if the opposition, it is 1v1, if the opposition pushes in, that this player has a little bit of a fallback position too. Vice versa, that the also if the other player wants to table them, they have a position as well. And these trees are just to block line of sight so the other player can't just walk across. Line of sight is really important in Company Heroes, and so is cover. So I really tried to develop the map around this. One of the key things is there is a bit of elevation to this map. It's not huge. I actually wish it was a bit more, but it's a good start to me. Again, I was very much actually inspired by. I think there was a TV series called like Pacific Rim. No, not Pacific Rim. It was about World War II and the American soldiers going to the Pacific Islands, and there was this really cool scene of them basically assaulting up this hill. Really inspired by that, so that's what kind of drew from this. Coming over to here though, if we follow kind of the lines across, we've got another general kind of supply point here, another one up to the top here, and we come into this area, what's where another victory point is. So symmetry was a really key important thing to this map and when developing it. So we've got a fuel depot here, we can see because it says there, and we've got a general another point here to defend, and we've got a victory point here. And again, like I said, I was inspired by the idea of this being having a function, raison d'etre, right? What is the meaning of this? So I thought, okay, this town, there's a farm nearby, and they cut wood. Um, easy kind of thought I had in my head. It's rural. I was kind of thinking of the time period. What would they really produce? Wood's an easy option. So is food. They probably need it for the war. So that's what I went for. Again, I was thinking about blocking line of sight, cover. Where's going to be easy to approach, where isn't. I didn't want to surround the victory points too heavily. With like cover right on top, so I wanted to almost give these cover islands, so they basically you could sit on the point, but you could absolutely get blasted for kind of sitting there. And one of the mechanics for Company Heroes 2 is building your own defenses, or can be on certain skill trees. So I wanted to allow space for that as well. Victory Point falls into this very much condition of these two buildings are actually, you can enter inside of them, but it is a very open space, so it's very difficult to approach. Again, we come quite rapidly over to the other kind of base. Again, it's a little bit barren over here, and I keep looking at this space, and I'm not happy with it in comparison to this space. That area cover is a lot bigger than this area cover. I think I need to rebalance this bit, but they do have these massive sandbags here, and this big kind of blocking kind of gas tank. So I don't know. I'm getting people to play test this and get feels, but that's my kind of general vibe. Coming over to this lovely farmstead. Again, I said there was a bit of farms here. So this is, we'll call him Farmer Giles. He lives out here. He's a lovely person with his wife and his two kids. And here's the other base. So actually, one thing I kind of thought is, how could this be fun to deploy into? And same on the other side. I thought, how do they deploy into this area? And I could have had them coming out of the farm, but I thought it'd be quite interesting for all the stuff to come out of the kind of actual, what do we call this, farmland. There we go, Scott. And yeah, so I really kind of thought about the theming of this, where they can go, where they can't go, the boundaries. I didn't want the boundaries of this map, actually, if we just chuck on the impasse editor, like that's your space, that's your entire play space, just for context. So I really thought about that kind of when designing it, of where can they go, where can't they go. So yeah, got the wrong picky on it. So yeah, kind of coming into here, same philosophy, cover in, cover out. These craters actually do act as cover, what's quite interesting. So there is a bit of cover from these craters and that kind of area. It provides like light cover. What's interesting, I didn't know the splats could do that. It took me a little time to experiment around with it. Coming over to here, again, more farmland. The player can't actually go into this farmland. It is just purely aesthetic. But again, same process here. The cover, where these cover islands. This big windmills actually kind of, I don't know if the player can enter into that. But I thought this was kind of a really nice centerpiece. And taking my knowledge from game design and level design, I wanted each area of the map to be landmarked by something. So we've got the farmhouse over there. And I thought, okay, well, Farmer Giles, his family, got to grind down this probably crop into something. There's got to be a windmill nearby. And I thought this would be a great place for it, and it just kind of made sense logically to me. Yeah, maybe some of the opposing forces are getting some ammo down here. Maybe there's been a couple of conflicts. We got some destroyed tank bits. Concrete. I don't have an answer for everything. I did try and think about like what this could have been. Maybe there was a barrier or something. I don't know. Maybe somebody dragged some stuff in. And again, same kind of cover system over here. And I think I gotta remember where it is now. Yeah, the munition points are actually facing each other. They're actually quite close to the player's base. In my mind, vehicles are the more powerful objects or tools to the player. So splitting them away a little bit and kind of actually going, munitions the first things you get, then it's fuel. You can 100% rush over to the fuel point over here. It's just a longer journey and it's quicker to get munitions. So that's kind of one of my kind of thoughts. Again, center point here is kind of the highest point on the map. Kind of get a good vantage. I don't know too particularly much about if actual having a height advantage actually affects the AI, but I thought that would be cool. It kind of makes sense for the kind of lore of my map. Now, weird bugs, and again, if anybody makes Company Hero 2 maps, you can tell me this. This would absolutely be amazing. Tanks can shoot through these rocks. Why? I don't know. Crazy. So, yeah, this is the map as an overview. I've just talked through it. I'm going to do a shorter video where it's just a little bit more of a fly through, but yeah, play it if you get 5 minutes. It did, well, only 5 minutes, half an hour-ish. Have fun with it. Get your friends to play with it. Any feedback, let me know. I really enjoyed making this map. So yeah, stay tuned for any more developer stuff I do. I have another project in mind I'd like to work on. And yeah, thank you for tuning in, folks.